What up, you guys? Welcome to the intro to retention and suspension. So this practice is part of our beginning breath practice series, and it's the introduction to retaining the inhale and suspending the exhale. My practices changed drastically once I was introduced to these techniques. In fact, I would say the way that I approached everything in my life changed drastically the more that I worked on this specific part of breathing. It was huge for me. I really hope that you enjoy it. Go ahead, find some place in your house to be that's quiet and belongs to you. Make sure that you're comfortable. Put on some comfy clothes and take a seat. Maybe it's leaning up against a wall. Maybe it's leaning up against a chair. Legs in whatever position you want them to be in. As with all of our beginning breath practices, the breath ratio will start at 4-4. So a 4-second inhale and a 4-second exhale. Close the eyes. Have the chin parallel to the ground. Begin to breathe in and out of the nose. Just lengthening the inhale and lengthening the exhale, coming to that 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out. You're just going to get started here. Kind of settling into the space that you've created for yourself. Now, after the next time that you inhale, I'm going to ask that you retain or hold the breath in for 2 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds, and then suspend the breath for 2 seconds. Then you repeat that. So you inhale for 4, retain the breath for 2, exhale for 4, suspend the breath for 2. It's a little bit longer than a natural pause would be. And in that time, I want you to relax a little bit within yourselves. Try to soften internally as you retain and suspend the breath. Take a couple more breaths here. You're just going to notice the silence that happens as you hold the breath in and hold the breath out. And on your next inhale, you're going to lengthen the inhale to 6 seconds. Continue the retention for 2 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. And suspend for 2 seconds. So we're lengthening out the inhale and the exhale and maintaining the retention and the suspension. Remember techniques that you've learned in other practices. You fill fully through the chest, the waistline, and the belly. You empty out of the belly, the waistline, and the chest. And it fills both front and back. I tend to use this practice with people who are having a decrease in energy reserves or when they're finding themselves feeling quite unstable mood-wise. This is a very basic practice to target those things. Breathing in and out of the nose is very important. Helps to regulate the endocrine system. You're just going to finish up this breath cycle. And after the next time that you inhale, you're going to increase the retention of the breath to 4 seconds. Exhaling then for 6 seconds. And suspending the breath for 4 seconds. So the inhale and the exhale now remain the same, but the retention and the suspension become longer. Notice what it feels like for you to create these extensions in your breath. If you ever get distracted, you just come back to the count of the inhale and the count of the exhale, the count of the retention and the count of the suspension. This builds your ability to focus, as well as calming you down both mentally and physically. Even though I said this practice is for energy usage or building up the energy, and then I just said to calm you down mentally and physically, the thing about energy is sometimes it's nervous energy, sometimes it's effective energy, sometimes it's lethargic, and sometimes it's calm. So there are different kinds on both ends of the spectrum. If you're nervous, energetic, typically you don't get a lot of things done. It's harder to focus. So this practice will refocus the mind. If you're lethargic, this practice is going to balance out the lethargy and take you into more of a relaxed state. So it moves you from imbalances on either end of the spectrum back to a more efficient place. Now, the next time that you inhale afterwards, you're just going to stop and release the retention. Maybe a slight pause still exists. And then you'll exhale for 6 seconds. And then release the suspension. Just coming to a breath ratio of 6-6. Slight pauses after the inhale and after the exhale. Just noticing what it feels like to not have the extended retention and suspension. After the next time that you exhale, you'll just relax the breath entirely. You can come to lie on your back, fully relaxing. Still breathing in and out of the nose. Noticing how you feel. Reflecting back on how you felt during the practice. Letting yourself just have some thoughtful relaxation. I'm going to leave you guys here. Enjoy this space that you've carved out for yourself. Enjoy this time. Definitely worth it. Have a great day.